A U.S. official confirms Israel did launch a strike against Iran overnight.
A nuclear watchdog group says no damage was done to nuclear sites. Iran says it deflected most of it with its air defenses and didn't report any injuries or damages. Iran also says it has no plans for an immediate response. This morning in Italy, Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke about these attacks.
The United States has not been involved in any offensive operations. Our focus has been on, of course, making sure that Israel can effectively defend itself, but also de-escalating tensions.
There has been hostility, of course, between Iran and Israel for decades now, but last weekend was the first time Iran directly attacked Israel. Earlier this week, Iran threatened that if Israel planned any further military action, its response would come at a, quote, maximum level.
Here to break everything down is Professor William Muck from North Central College. Thanks for joining us today.
Always good to be here.
All right, so for days there have been concerns a forceful Israel attack could prompt an even more aggressive response from Iran. But a lot of people are saying Israel's strike was smaller than many expected. So was Iran's reaction to it? So what can you tell us about that?
I think there's a lot of signaling going on here, and I think the Biden administration is having some success at trying to de-escalate this conflict. So, we go all the way back to April 1st when Israel first hit the diplomatic compound. Iran said it had to respond, and then Israel had to respond to Iran's response, right? So what we're seeing now is those escalations are going down.
Okay, so where does this put the situation right now then? Iran has said it won't have an immediate response. As you said, it appears the escalations are going down. But this comes shortly after they said, if anything happens, we are coming back at you at a maximum level.
Well, I think we're likely to see the rhetoric be intense, but we may see different types of military action right now. So as you noted before, Israel and Iran have gone back and forth for many, many years, but they've often tended to do so as proxy forces, behind the scenes, covertly. And I think we might see a return to that and not such direct military confrontation, because once you're directly aiming at each other, it's easy for mistakes to get made. It's easy to misperceive the other's motivations, and that's when things spiral.
Let's talk about what role our country plays in this, and at what point do we get involved?
Well, I think Biden has been very clear that he does not want the United States involved. And I think he's trying to pull back as much as possible and exert as much pressure on Israel to keep them from escalating this. So I think behind the scenes, there were many, many conversations over the last week between Netanyahu and the United States administration saying, this is enough. You get one more response, but then let's try to calm it down. Because there's already a lot of tension going on in Gaza, Lebanon, and elsewhere. So I think the United States is trying to do everything they can from this spiraling into a much, much bigger conflict.
Okay, Professor William Muck, we appreciate you joining us. Very interesting to watch what's going over there and to see the reaction from around the world. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.